is a really important election. And you know, I was just on a small business walk with some of you. And we were going to a couple restaurants down the street. And I was talking to Sherrill and I was talking to Mike about the restaurants. And, you know, I was asking them how it was going. And they said, not great. They can already feel the impacts of what Trump has done to the economy. And you know, I was saying to them, well, what is it? Is it food prices? And they were saying, it's everything. It's food, it's utensils, it's the containers that we give out. It's every level. Prices have gone up.
We're going to have a $5 billion hole in the state budget of New Jersey because of the one big, beautiful bill. Somebody's making money when people across New Jersey, small business owners, large business owners, you and me as we're purchasing things, are paying a bunch of money for these tariffs that Trump has put in place. And I know who it is. I know who it is when Donald Trump and his kids have made $3 billion minimum over the last 9 months. What does it take to make $3 billion? I'll tell you what it takes. It takes holding hostage the economy of the United States and saying, look, if you want access to our markets, you're going to pay into my cryptocurrency. You're going to enrich me and my family as I take money out of the pockets of the people. I am declaring a state of emergency on utility costs, and I'm freezing rate bills. I'm going to beef up the first-time homebuyers program because right now it's too low, and we know what the average cost of a house is here. And we also know what it's going to take to build generational wealth in families.
It is extremely important. And I'm going to tell you, if some of you are even thinking voting that way, it's a lost vote. Because they say you get what you vote for, and you also get what you don't vote for. Because if we stay home, that's a vote for the other side. It is extremely important that we support Mikie Sherrill. Yes, it is extremely important because her values align with ours. And she's made a commitment to the urban centers here in New Jersey.
This is incredibly important. This is not a simple election that we're talking about. We're talking about, in less than a year, 300,000 African American women lost their jobs. We're talking about the unemployment rate in our community rising. Not going in the other direction, but in the wrong direction. We're talking about them removing people from museums. We're talking about them banning books. We're talking about them taking away Medicaid and health care from working families, for giving the multi-rich, the multinational wealthy and rich in this country huge tax breaks at the expense of working women's children, right? This is what we're talking about. Them attacking education, them attacking opportunity, and them being blatant about it in public because they think you can't do anything about it. Why? Because they control both houses of Congress, because they control the presidency, because they have a Supreme Court that has made him the king. This is what's happening. And at the same time, still trying to gerrymander and redistrict to get your vote to mean less and less and less, to steal the midterm elections right before your very eyes. And we're looking, when they came for the Jews, I didn't speak out because I wasn't a Jew. When they came for the labor unions, I didn't speak out because I wasn't in the labor union. And when they came for me, there was nobody left to speak out. And that's where we are. We're in a situation where we have to speak out. All of us collectively and together have to say something about what's going on. And the problem is we use fear as strategy. We think we rationalize to ourselves that we're being strategic when we should just say we're scared. Because if we just admitted the fact that we're afraid to lose a little bit we got, we're afraid to lose a little bit we have. We'll be the first generation that's afraid to sacrifice for our children like our grandmothers and grandfathers sacrificed for us. Why, you wouldn't even be able to sit in this church with each other like this if it wasn't for fights your grandmother and grandfather had. You wouldn't be able to. elect a woman to be the governor of the state of New Jersey if it wasn't for women's liberation movement and people fighting and organizing across this country. You wouldn't be